Kicking us off, please.
Morning.
Mikel Antonio had to pull out of the England squad with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Tell us how he is. Tell us when you hope he might return.
Well, yeah, he had to pull out. We know that, and he was very close to be fit for half game, but he ain't gonna be fit. He's not fit, so hopefully there's a good chance that he's gonna be okay for Arsenal game. But this game comes unfortunately a bit too early for him, so he's out. You know that we got 3 players injured in that game. Pedro Bianchi did an operation very successfully, but he's gonna be fit for the start of the pre-season next year, so he's out for this. Then Reedy, Winston's gonna be out for another 4 weeks, which is a month, so he's got a good chance to come back for last games. And as I said about Mikey, straight after the game, because he's really good recoverer, like there was a chance that he will make it for this game, but unfortunately not. But as I spoke with the medical team and everything, and to him, we have a good chance that he's gonna be fit for Arsenal. If not Arsenal, which is in midweek, of course, then definitely Swansea.
Well, that must be some good news.
Yeah.
Given 3 players injured.
Yeah, but we knew from the start. We knew that with Pedro it's going to be hard because it required the operation, as I said, and with Reedy it's like a bigger one, you know. But with Mikey it was we were optimistic from the start. That, I mean, it was obvious because he didn't come out. He didn't come off. He played the whole game. He felt something, so we thought it's just a bit of a cramp or whatever. So it's nothing major, but he ain't gonna be ready for the game against Hull.
Mark Noble missed the Leicester match. Is he back this weekend for you?
Mark is back in training. Yeah, he came back Monday, Tuesday, okay, and he's training, so he should be in the squad. Yeah, he's been out for a couple of weeks because of that thing that he got in a couple of games against Chelsea and against Bournemouth, and yeah, but he's back. Yeah.
And just update us with Pietro Sacco. At the beginning of the month, you indicated it might be 3 to 4 months. Is he still on schedule? Would you perhaps hope that he would be back in the near future?
You know that he's been out for long now. You know, he done a back operation, which is not like easy injury, small injury. It was a major one. So he's been training very, very good and active, first with the medical staff, with fitness coaches, individual. Then he done some trainings with under 21s. And to be fair, today is the first day that he's gonna train with us without any restrictions. So he's back on a list of fit players for training. But then we have to consider that the amount of time that he was out, and so he's gonna be back for us, hopefully, if he continues like this, very, very soon, and that's a great news for us. But Hull game comes too early, to be fair. Comes too early. Although he's very positive, he wants to play. He's always like that. I want to play. Please. Pushing in a positive way. Yeah, what we also want, but we have to see how fit he really is, because there's a big difference between training, between starting to train, because in training you can control your movements and everything, and the game's a little bit different. So we ain't gonna wait long, of course, not. But as I said, we're gonna see his fitness in the trainings. Like, we're gonna push him to train hard, to do everything in the training, to break that barrier that is always there when you have a long break, especially with the operation and all that. And hopefully he's going to be in the team really soon.
The Arsenal game is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility? Is that a maybe?
You know, because he's starting, you know, if you are talking about 5 days, which is until Arsenal game, 5 or 6 days, it is like we should know the answer. Like, is he going to be, does he look good? But the fact is he's starting basically today. He done a couple of training with that, but restricted, like either a joker or ball possession and all that. He looks good, but now we're going to see him basically in every training when he trains 100%, when the other players are treating him as a just fit player, you know, and we're going to see.
Sorry, over the last few days there's been a lot of focus on you and your position. At the beginning of the month it seemed as though a new deal was virtually about to be agreed. Now there's talk that it might not be agreed until the summer or maybe even into next season. What's changed?
Nothing's changed, you know. It's not in the last few days. You said it's not in the last few days. He's been for, I don't know, few months or whatever, you know. What do you want me to say? I made my comments about it. There's nothing new I want or I can say about it. I'm just concentrate on my job. I'm totally focused on our next game, and that, to be fair, that doesn't worries me. I don't read it. I'm not into it. I'm not making phone calls or whatever. No, I have my job. I'm happy. We are in a position that we can have really a good finish of the season. We are there. We can climb places if we win games. We can go a few places down if we don't win games. That's what I'm saying. Even in that period when you or whoever were talking about new contracts, about great run on everything, I said it's not finished. We have a lot of games to play, and there's a lot to play for, and the situation is the same now. So I'm not really bothered about that, to be fair. Because I can say that because I was telling you the same answers when, for example, last year or in the beginning of the season, you were talking about new contract. I wasn't bothered there. When was all, let's say, positive, then we came in a little bit of negative, or in a more than a little bit of negative. If we are talking about September, October, whatever, then it was again all turnover like a big positive. Now after how many 3 defeats, it's again starting the speculations, and when it's about you, it's a bit more, but you find it very soon and easy that it's more or less about the same situation in most of the clubs. So I have a game on Saturday, and we have few big games. We are in a position that it's not worrying, but we have a lot to play for, and we are motivated like we were in last games. Unfortunately, we didn't win them. Hopefully, we're gonna start picking up some points on Saturday, and that's all, to be fair, I can say about it.
Literally over the last 2 days, Rafa Benitez, Jaap Stam, Roberto Mancini, David Wagner. I've seen all of them.
Yeah, but I mean,
does that annoy you?
Yeah, but no, does that annoy me? It doesn't annoy me, but there is something between being worried and the annoying part for that. My head is clear, and I'm totally motivated, and I'm focused, and I'm long enough here to know what to do. And over a year and a half, we've done a good job here, and there's still a job to do. I have my contract. At the end of the day, my contract is not running out in a couple of weeks or months. I have another year here, which is for a manager. I'm not a player that that needs to do a new contract every year, basically.
You're at Hull this weekend. After your last match, which was the defeat to Leicester, David Sullivan apologised and said it was vital that performances and results improve. Is that helpful or is that unhelpful?
Well, you are asking the wrong person here. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I told you now a few minutes ago, like a Leicester game. I said about that game after the game and a few days after. Okay, there was international break, so there weren't like press conference and all that. But make no mistake, we spoke about that game, the staff and everything, the players, and it was mixed emotions. First, of course, it is negative emotion because we lost the game. Of course, you can't be 2-0 down after 8 minutes, especially the way we conceded the goals. You can't talk about team defending or whatever. That's what the first goal was, out of nothing, really, far away. It was definitely cross from Mahrez, and then the second goal, the set piece. Our reaction after 2-0, and also when they went again from a set piece 3-1 up, second half we played, it was one of our best games this season. We scored one goal, we stopped them until the last minute chance of Slimani of basically creating anything, and we created more than enough chances to equalize or maybe even to win the game. Unfortunately, it was our not good enough finishing, and on top of that, also some great saves from Schmeichel. And then it was 3-2, and of course, we were disappointed, frustrated, angry, or whatever. But if you ask me about the performance in the second half, we played really, really, really good. Yeah.
Do you feel you just need a win? I mean, you go into this match, lost 3 in a row, it's 5 without a win. Will a win this weekend suddenly make things a lot better?
It would, but still and we are looking for that, knowing it's going to be extremely hard. Of course, like every game is extremely hard in the Premier League. That's why it's the Premier League. But also after this game, we're going to have a lot of the games. After this game, we're going to talk about Arsenal game. After Arsenal game, we talk about Swansea game. Still, there's a lot of points in a game, and but of course it would be crucial and it would be much easier after a win.
Robert Snodgrass joined you from Hull in January. How do you feel he has fitted in with the way that you do things here?
Well, he started really well for us. He's the player that we wanted. He's got everything, you know. He's got a great left foot, not only for the set pieces, but in general. He's a creative player, and then the amount of running is also very good. He runs a lot in that high intensity space, which is the most important one. So, of course, that's like any other player. He also needs time to adjust to the new players, to the new environment. But I'm happy with Snoddy, and he's going to be a big asset for us.
He scored quite a few goals for Hull. He's still looking for his first goal for West Ham.
Yeah, he is, and he came a few times close to score a goal, but he didn't. Hopefully, he's going to do it on Saturday. It wouldn't be the first time for a player who comes back and plays his first game against his old club to score. But his game is not about scoring goals. He's more into creating chances and link-up play.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Sorry.
I'm happy you have got what I need. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
What kind of job do you think Marco Silva's doing at Hull?
They improved. They improved points-wise, especially in the beginning when they beat Liverpool and all that. To be fair, they played for me, they played really good with Mike Phelan. They played against us, and I spoke to Mike after the game in my office when we beat them 1-0. But they played really good. And before, when I was in the whole stuff, when I was preparing for that game, we watched few games. The game against Palace at home, I think, ended 3-3 or whatever. And few games they played, they were really playing much better, and they were a little bit unlucky not to get more points. But now they improved even more. They got some wins. Now in last few games they are okay. Maybe they expected from their home games against, because they need points, home games against Burnley or whoever, to get a little bit more, but they didn't. But they play football. They play football. They like to pass the game. The credit goes to him, of course, but they also change a lot of players. They got some really good European players, international, like Rosicki. He's Polish international winger. They got Niasse on loan from Everton. Niasse was playing really good. Okay, forget Everton, but he was playing really good in Russia and in Turkey. They got Ranocchia from Inter Milan. They got Markovic. They get NDI. So they have it's not a totally new team, but half of the team is new. Half of the team is new. The new manager, and they came from the position that they are struggling big time into position that they have a chance.
What about the pitch? There's been an issue with the pitch because they play rugby on it. Is it something that concerns you?
Yeah, in a way, of course, you would love every pitch to be perfect, especially if you want to play football. But they are not the team that is kicking the ball up. They are the team that is trying to play from behind, from the defense. So I'm sure, because that's also the way they play. They will do everything to make the pitch as good as possible. So, and I don't think that there were any rugby games during this international break. So the pitch should be, and I am expecting the pitch to be top.
Just going back to the speculation surrounding you and the club, you've worked all over Europe. Is the media, are us in the media worse here than, say, Turkey or Croatia or Germany?
No, it's the same everywhere. No, it's the same. It's the same. In some of the countries that I work, you have even more like media, or I've been working in the clubs that were more under media, that were more interesting, let's say, or on the front pages and everything. But it's more or less everywhere the same. If you have good results, they are praising you, then they are offering you whatever speculations about either changing the clubs or getting a new contract. If you don't do good, then the coach is always, or the manager is always there to be blamed if the things are not going well. That's the part of the job that we know. You don't need a lot of experience to get to know that, When you sign a contract, it comes with that as a clause. Yeah.
Okay, cameras off.